Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I'm just shuffling up and smudging and whatnot, getting ready to do your May 2019 tarot reading. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. For those that are returning, thank you. Not just for your patience and support of the channel, but for sticking with me and engaging me, you know, through the comments, emails. You guys hit me up on Instagram, on all types of shit. So I appreciate you guys. I feel you. For all my subbies that I interact with, you know, via the personal readings, or, you know, I've gained a lot of friendships through this channel. You know, shout out April, shout out Nicole. You know, those are homies. And all my other subbies, you know, all the other people that I've connected with, I feel you. I hope you guys are good, and thank you for sending me your positive energy back. I really did feel that. And yeah, I've been away for a bit, but you know, a bitch is back. I barely made it, but I'm back. I'm doing fantastic. Anyways, moving on. Somebody please timestamp the reading. For those that do, thank you so much. Especially for those that do it prior to the prayer. You guys know how I feel about that. And yeah, for those that do want to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to email me at queencuptarot@gmail.com. Couple of things, shout out wise, still shouting out Yasmin for the frankincense that I burn. I really tried to do these starter kits. They're costing a fortune to ship, and customs tears it up. And because it's agriculture. So not that it was in bad shape when it arrived, but I'm just gonna have to figure out another way to ship frankincense to you in the way I want to. But for now, you can definitely reach out to Yasmin to buy it in bulk or wholesale. But I wanted to let you guys let you guys know a little something about what my mom's doing. So I saw my mom over the weekend, and she is doing a 800-kilometer run, bike ride, sorry, from, and when I say bike, I mean like pedaling her legs. She's a cyclist and super athlete. But anyway, she's doing an 800-kilometer run, bike ride from Toronto to New York in August for cancer. And she's raising funds. Her goal is $5,000. To donate specifically to a camp that a friend of hers son attends, that just went through extensive brain surgery due to a rare cancer that he had, which he's now survived, which is amazing. But he attends this camp as well. I'm not super informed on all the details. That's just as much as I you know from what my mom chatted with me about. But you guys can check out the link if you want to donate to that cause. Definitely do so, and hashtag Angel Gang, because there's like a feed, and I want her to know that the Angel Gang is in the building. So feel free to donate. She gives like a whole spiel about what she's doing, why she's doing it, the foundation, a little bit about the camp. And yeah, you know, you guys, I don't typically ask you guys for donations, but if I do, I would definitely like to do for some kind of foundation, which my mom seems to be a part of at this time. So definitely feel free to check out the link in the description if you do want to donate and see what she's doing. Otherwise, from a reader perspective, I haven't been watching a lot of tarot recently just because I've been busy, but I've been really resonating with Mana, Saltwater, Missy from Saltwater Heals, and Water Baby Tarot. Those are the ones I've been on for a couple of weeks now, probably about a month. So that's the intro. I'm pretty sure we can get into the reading. Yes, I do smoke. It's not the nature of this. So feel free to smoke with me. If not to worry. All right, guys. Let's get into prayer before I'm already getting messages for you guys because of these full moons in your sign. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, thank you for connecting me with the sign of Libra. I ask you to allow me to communicate to them the messages that are in their greatest good for the collective, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, ancestors, Holy Spirit, and guardian angels for all your love, support, and guidance. We are absolutely nothing without you. Amen. All right. Let's get in it. Yeah, so 2 full moons in your sign. Mind you guys know I'm not an astrologer, but I'm really trying to develop those skills and learn more about it, because I think it'll really bring my readings to the next level. But yeah, I've been trying to keep up with what is it? Cafe Astrology. They do like these. Another reader was telling me, I forget the reader's name, was telling me about Cafe Astrology, and I went and checked it out, and they do these like weekly updates about planetarily what's happening. So from what I understand, there's 2 full moons consecutively back to back in your sign, which is rare, but it's so fitting, being that the balance that Libra requires and how important close partnerships are to Libras. Of course, ruling the 7th house of partnership. Now, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. So with that being said, from a collective energy perspective, partnerships, how we interact, how we show up in them is really going to be the focus, but it's not limited to romantic. These are partnerships, how you partner with people to do things, achieve goals, achieve abundance, achieve success, emotional fulfillment, whatever. It's how you present, show up, what you offer, and what you receive. It's that balance. So the 2 full moons, no matter how rare it is, it seems quite fitting. What I also think is beautiful is this pink moon everyone was talking about on April 20th, which isn't actually pink, more so referring to the budding of the new season. You know, and things coming back to life. That could even be your understanding of, I'm not going to go down that long path because that message will take a while. But yeah, let's get into your spread, guys. I feel like I'm ready to cut, yeah. For Libras, my beautiful Libras, during a very exciting time. Wow, what flipped over? And this rarely happens when I cut the deck. The 9 of Cups. We're using the Jane Wallace Angel deck. It's been a while since I used that one. But we're also going to clarify with the New Era Elements Tarot deck. Okay, Knight of Cups. Some of my Libras could be tempering their cup of love in order to balance a relationship in a way that Libra knows is just, or receive, or understanding what is required to go in this cup in order to balance those scales. You know, understanding what the importance and the purpose of these relationships are, and not just what they serve for you, but what you serve for them. So this sitting down, I like how it's depicted, this angel just sitting down. So there's not a lot of action, even though knights are action-oriented cards. It's the preparation prior to the action. It's almost like with the page in this deck, in this suit of cups, the page would more be like the harvesting of the materials that are going inside of this cup. Where at the knight stage, there's an understanding how to act, break down and temper these ingredients in order to make it alkaline, so that when it's offered, it's beneficial and nurturing to not just you, but yourself. You're going to, the more alkaline this is, people can smell it. Why? Because they've alkalined their own cup. So they know what the value is of your cup before they even drink from it, because they can smell it instinctually, meaning they can feel the value in it. Why? Because they themselves have sat down and understand what is required. Okay, but keep in mind, people use different ingredients, put different efforts, different. Okay, so just wanted to, just saw that little one pop out there. But your real overall, keep that in mind, your real overall energy going into May is the 9 of Wands, determination. Sorry for the glare, guys. Okay, determination. From what? I don't know. I'm just joking. It's not gonna, I'm not in that kind of mood, guys. Don't worry. Okay, I came out of it. That's why I'm back. 9 of Wands, sheer determination, willpower, endurance, that last leg, that last 100 meters, that pushing. It's like you can do, you know, a 10-kilometer run, but everybody knows you push your legs the hardest in that last kilometer. This is the last kilometer, sheer determination, digging deep, using your internal resources to tap into, to get you through that last kilometer, that last 100 meters of the race, whatever you want to call it. You guys know how I am with my analogies, right? It's very powerful energy, but what comes with this sometimes, the shadow side of it, is irritation, a bit of feralness, meaning like be careful to approach type of energy. You know, so be mindful of that. If you are feeling this way, be mindful of coming out and presenting yourself and being a bit prickly. Okay, easy to irritate, you know, easy to, right? It's because there's a certain level of pain that's being associated or being experienced, sorry, with the 9 of Wands. But what's beautiful about that kind of pain is it builds strength in the legs. 6 of Earth out of the New Era Tarot deck. Anyways, 9 of Wands, determination. Really good overall energy to have, but let's see what you're determined about. Your first card out. Look what came out again. Knight of Cups. I guess that's the way I cut it. Needed to be there. King of Wands. Absolutely beautiful energy. So we have spirituality and leadership. Queen of Cups. Absolutely beautiful energy. Sensitivity. Loss. 5 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Angel of Destiny. The Hangman, Angel of Prophecy. So right off of the hop, Libras, I do see, you know, if partnership, listen, this could be with the King of Wands, this could be career-wise as well, right? Being a leader, the King of Wands could absolutely be a business owner. You know, I definitely think the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands are business owners, employers. There's a certain level of leadership and stability that in the workplace or in a career sense they have achieved and earned. So it's really good energy, but I do see, you know, a queen and a king. You know, I see somebody digging deep, like I said, with this Knight of Cups. The reason why I felt like there's a sense of having to dig deep because there is intense action that I see some of my Geminis looking to take. You know, maybe because what's funny here, let me get your cards out and then I'll show you the spread because I think it's really funny. The first message I see, wow, this is powerful. This is really, really powerful. Okay, so I'll show you guys first before we go ahead here. You got the Knight of Cups, spirituality, the King of Wands, leadership, the Queen of Cups, sensitivity. Mid-month going in, you've got 5 of Swords, loss, Wheel of Fortune, Angel of Destiny, the Hangman, Angel of Prophecy. Then you have the Empress, Angel of Abundance, 8 of Wands, Journeys, and the Magician, Angel of Magic. Under the 9 of Wands, Pure Pentacles. We'll talk about that. Anyway, really, really, really fantastic energy, guys. Okay? So you see these, right? Before I even pull up the screen, what I think is really funny, okay? Listen, you know there's no male, masculine, feminine energy unless we're getting into these divine energies here, at least in my opinion, right? But this could be male, female. This is like maturity in a sense. These are different areas. I feel like this Knight and this King are the same person. This Knight is really developed in a certain area or more confident in a certain area of himself, but needing to temper a less used part of themselves in order to pursue this Queen, who is not looking at this King due to the simple fact I'm pretty sure that that cup isn't tempered yet. You can see she's covering her cup. It's almost like, nope, not today. And this king understands that and is trying to temper this part of himself in order to move forward. But there is a sense of feeling lost. Maybe some of my Geminis are feeling like maybe my Geminis are feeling like sorry guys. I'm getting a lot of messages from these. I haven't used the Angel Tarot deck in a couple of months, or at least for the collectives. I still use them for the personals. So yeah, my Libras. Sorry, I feel like I called you Geminis. Anyway, sorry, my Libras. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, I see this masculine energy feeling like it needs to temper itself out in a more emotional way in order to get the attentions or pursue or get the cup of this person. And that could be vice versa, male or female, you or somebody else, cross-watcher, you guys know the deal, right? But this sense of loss, okay, it's cerebral. There's no pentacles, and there's no fire there's no wands and there's no pentacles surrounding this Five of Wands. But what is surrounding this Five of Wands is above it and below it is people. So what I believe is that there is a cerebral sense of loss or fear of loss that is stopping someone from emotionally expressing themselves or being emotionally available. Some of my Libras need to temper that out, and these full moons are absolutely doing that. They're forcing you, okay, to shake and purge those fears of loss, betrayal, you know, the inevitable defeat in relationships. Some of my Libras feel, and understanding that you're a lot stronger from each and every single one of those lessons, which is why you should continue to feel confident moving forward, emotionally, in love, relationships, partnerships. Knowing that even in a professional sense, if you are to be an effective leader, you need to be in tune with how people feel. Okay, actually it's like this. You need to be in tune with how people feel. I'm getting a little message here. Some of you that are in a leadership position feel a close colleague pulling away from you, maybe a work friend. Maybe it's a work romance. Maybe it's a boss. Shit, I'm not going down that road. Some of you might be having a little bit of a relationship with a boss. Anyways, I'm not even going to go down that because it doesn't even matter. So yeah, I'm seeing this king, long and short. Okay, Libras, because I feel like I might be losing you here. Long and short, I think this king is this person. This is a different aspect of this king trying to temper itself out in order to pursue this energy, because this and this energy is the same. Once this is tempered out, it's protected, or at least in this one, it's ready to be given. But it looks like this queen in this particular deck is shut down and not open to giving it here, because this isn't done yet. As you can see, it's still in preparation. This king is not taking action. He's sitting down, then is ready to take action. So for a lot of my Libras, these full moons balanced you. You might have experienced both sides, or gained a certain awareness of both sides of partnership, what you give and what you receive. And what is beautiful is a lot of Libras went into, or are going into May, working on how they offer up their cup. Some of my Libras are still reflecting on a less emotional avail. Some of my Libras, because you look at partnership and hold such a heavy tie to it, not being able to get the depth in partnerships that you want forced you to look at your own emotional unavailability. And going into May, working on that so that you can move forward more emotionally available is absolutely highly emotionally intelligent, beautiful, total ascension, okay? So that's why I know for a fact that this Five of Swords is cerebral. We'll get clarification on what causes this sense of loss. But quite frankly, I think with the Wheel of Fortune, the Angel of Destiny in the middle of your spread, it's and then right beside it, the Hangman, the Angel of Prophecy. You need to look at not what was lost, but what is meant to be gained. Because I see for a lot of my Libras, you're positioning from whatever. If you're having fear about loss, you're probably reflecting on past loss, past defeats, things like that, and not maybe being aware that this wheel has changed. You've moved into a different space. You've gathered a different sense of awareness. So you need to look at that differently. That's what I'm saying. This sense of loss, I believe, is all here. I don't really believe, I think it's fear-based. I think this is negative thoughts interfering during a time of change, maybe playing off of some insecurities that my Libras might be having. And we all know that, insecurities are a lot louder when you're feeling vulnerable. And a lot of the time we feel vulnerable when we're in a great time of change. Understanding that vulnerability is an opportunity for you to gain strength in an area you didn't before. So allow vulnerability to come in. That's true strength. Don't lose your sense of what real leadership and strength is. It is absolute. You have to be vulnerable in order to depict true strength. Or else you haven't. Anyway, you guys get me. All right? So yeah. Now, going into June, okay? An abundant new opportunity comes in that you absolutely manifested. So you gain a new perspective, maybe moving your focus away from what you lost or what you think you don't have, maybe poverty consciousness, and moving more into an area of, I'm looking at what the world is presenting me now that can potentially push me forward away from this way of thinking, these experiences, or this perpetuated cycle of loss, which you might have experienced as a kid and then perpetuated because it was just normal and comfortable, right? And then the universe is trying to pull you out of that. And the only way it can is if the Angel of Prophecy gets you willingly to prop yourself up on this tree to gain a new perspective of where you're at now in comparison to where you were when you might have actually experienced this in real life, or this actually played out in Pentacles or Wands. Because like I said, with Swords, that's communication and thought, right? This could also be, if we're talking about communication here, it's maybe what some of my Libras might be afraid that they'll lose if they don't communicate their feelings. Or maybe what they have lost because they were unable to communicate and express their true emotions. That vulnerability, that fear of vulnerability, that's the problem with the King of Wands. And everybody knows the more insecure you are, the more narcissistic you become, which is the shadow side of the King of Wands. Okay, in most fire signs, really, mostly anybody, whatever. I feel like these full moons forced you to mature emotionally. A lot of my Libras went from Knights of Cups to Queens of Cups. And it was their fire energy, their leadership, their confident energy that allowed them to be that vulnerable without feeling like they were losing their ground. It's a beautiful balance. I hope that the Libras that haven't really tapped into that don't stop themselves from stepping into that leadership position, you know, utilizing the parts of you that are really strong and allowing yourself to be emotionally available there first, right? Be creative about that. Let your strengths pull up your weaknesses. You're only as strong as your weakest link. That's inside of you. Okay? All right. And then I see that a lot of my Libras recognize that, looked at this part of themselves and said, that's not developed enough. I am a king, or I'm a king, whether male or female, in this area. But in this area of my life, maybe emotionally, I'm lacking. Maybe in relationships or partnerships, you're great at initiating the relationship. You're great at the social aspect of it. You're great at, you know, engaging it. But maybe you're struggling with how deep the relationship can go. And then it had you looking at your emotional availability and it wasn't enough. You realized you were sitting down, still needing to figure out what that looked like, what your cup looked like, what the pH balance of this water looked like, and how you were able to make it as most alkaline as possible. And you absolutely do that. Okay? You absolutely move into looking at yourself from a more available, a more emotionally available, capable, understood version of yourself. Doesn't mean that you're opened up shop for anybody to take a sip. It's understanding the true value of emotionally what you bring. It's taking partnerships and relationships, which you hold so dear, and that understanding to a new level. So now the ups and downs you experience in these partnerships will definitely increase and intensify, but that's part of the ride. That's part of the experience. That's part of the reason why we grow. You know, we want to, when we ask to reincarnate here, we want to so we can experience the intensities of life, right? I absolutely see an upgrade in that, and that's fantastic. That emotional development is absolutely beautiful. And then with that, of course, comes a little bit of vulnerability, but don't let it stop you, okay? Don't let yourself doubt, you know, what's for you, what's truly meant for you, and then what isn't, you can let it go. And then really, is it a loss? No, it was an unpacking, a decluttering, an eye-opening. Gaining a new perspective on, a lot of my Libras are going to be gaining a new perspective on their future, on what that looks like, on how they present themselves in their own future. It's almost like you have to now be a more authentic version of yourself, maybe peel back some layers in order to move forward in the new perspective of your destiny, of your future that you have now. A lot of my Libras are going to change, completely change the way they view what they thought was for them. And then what's hilarious is once that happens, what's for them absolutely comes in. With the Magician, the Empress, and the Eight of Wands. Abundant new opportunity that comes in very quickly, that looks equally balanced. It's like with the Eight of Wands, that if we were to divvy it up between the two, that's 4-4. It's like each person here has their own foundation, their own gifts, their own magic, their own abilities, okay, that they bring into this very divine, abundant connection. This is also an understanding Libra now has of their own abilities. This could be you and somebody else, but this is also just you. Your ability, it's almost like you understand manifestation, how it works, and you never forget it. There's certain things that are going to come in, and you're going to remember exactly how you manifested them. And it's going to give you a high. It's going to feel really, really good. But regardless of what you manifest, whether it's for you long-term or not, trust and believe that the simple idea of knowing that you can manifest might make you a little bit more cognizant about what you bring into you. because even darkness we call into us because we think we need it. And maybe we do, to learn certain lessons or gain certain understandings of our own abilities or our own emotional darkness, trauma, whatever. Okay? But yeah, anyways, total manifestation gained from a new perspective. And I believe it's a less poverty conscious one. This is all thoughts. These are fears. This is not playing out in real life. Meaning, I mean, it could be, a lot of you could be experiencing straight loss. But again, I think if you look at it differently and you try to incorporate the universe and the bigger picture, you might even look at this loss differently. Because that's exactly what the angel of prophecy tries to get us to do. All right, and then, yeah, just this Empress, this Eight of Wands, this Magician, total understanding that you're able to manifest whatever it is you want. So it's probably best you be careful. A lot of my Libras are going to realize they need to be very, very careful. Because partnerships, whether professional or romantic, are about to change. You're going to draw in new ones to you once you gain this new perspective on how you present yourself in relationships and partnerships, and then what you end up getting out of them because of it. Like, if you're not being genuine and honest in relationships, you can't connect with people like that. You can't bond with them, maybe to a certain degree, but if somebody isn't being honest, they're stopping. They're doing this. They're covering the cup, but like sealing that bitch shut. It's like you can't get in there, you know, and then you have to decide if that's enough. And I think some of my Libras might have realized that the limitations that they were experiencing in partnerships was due to some emotional unavailability. And even from a career perspective, it's like if you feel like you're experiencing limitations in the career side, it's probably you need to look at emotionally what it is that you want. So if the universe, everybody asks the universe, what's for me? What's for me? And the universe is literally there going, no, 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 you tell us. There's certain things that are written. Don't worry about those things. They're happening. You agreed to them a long time ago. But what about the rest of it? Spiritual codependency. I got jokes tonight, I do. Anyway, thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, and ancestors, guardian angels, for this beautiful 9-card spread. But can we get some clarification now on this Knight of Cups, this King of Wands, and this Queen of Cups? Yeah, career-wise, maybe understanding that your passions lie somewhere else. Some of you are at a wit's end with an employer and are getting visions and looking inwards at yourself about starting a new opportunity, working and dedicating yourself to something new, a new opportunity in career, but one that you create or you manifest or bring into you because you looked inward and reflected on what it is that's making you feel so spent. Like, why are you so tired? Because if you love this and this is something you're meant to do, shouldn't this be something you're just doing? Doesn't really, I don't like this energy in the workplace. Not to say that you're not going to be pushed, not to say you're not going to be tried, but this is one step away from dropping the whole fucking thing. You got to be pretty tired, fed up, and irritated. And if you're feeling that way, it might be because you're not meant to be there anymore. And then people get really hung up about, well, I went this far. It's like, what if the path ends here? Like, what else do you want from the road? Clearly nothing, because you're upset, you're irritated, you're feral. You want a new opportunity, but you don't know what that looks like because you haven't looked inward. And a lot of us don't, because this can be a bit dark sometimes, and you get revelations of things that, you know, might have been hidden inside of you that there's fears about facing. No, they're just thoughts. Okay, nothing can really hurt you when you go into dark night of the soul, I promise. Nothing that won't build you back stronger and make this light shine brighter. All right, so having visions about what a new opportunity would look like if you hypothetically decided to ditch the one that you're in. So if you're an employer if you're in employment looking for a new opportunity, okay, or feeling this way, look for what a new opportunity would look like. Say you were fired tomorrow. Where would you be forced to go? What avenues would you be forced to look at if you had to start all over? Why not do that before you actually have to start all over? It's better looking for a job or looking for a new opportunity while you're still getting paid from the old one. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's from the employment side. Really like that. Then you've got the Six of Cups and Nine of Pentacles comfort. It's absolutely finding something that more fits in line with, maybe it's even like some childhood dreams and oh, I wanted to be this since I was a kid, and then actually finding a practical way to do that in your adult life, make money and pay bills. That's 5D. That's 5D'ing it. That's 5D'ing it for sure. You know? All right, let's get this clarification now. Seeing a lot of 555, change. 5, 5, 5. Change. But are you looking at it as change, or are you looking at it as a failure? Are you looking at it as a lesson, or is it a failure? Is it, you know, it's all about how we look at things, right? And what's funny is this card here. A lot of emphasis on negative thinking and poverty consciousness. This energy pushes karmic cycles, old ones. It pushes you back on the ride. Looking at your experience this way is fucked up. Sorry, guys. Okay, looking at your experience this way is very negative, and what it does is just perpetuate the same failures that you've been exposed to. Know that you have an opportunity to move to a more abundant karmic cycle, a new experience, one abundant with new experiences that you haven't had before. It is beautiful energy. It is spring energy. Actually, no, it's not. It's harvesting. So that would be like later. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I think the pink moon, whatever. Anyways, I'd rather let this in, but I know very well that if I only believe that the only thing on this wheel is this, then even if this wheel brings in this, all I'm going to see is this. So that's why a lot of the time God and Holy Spirit will stop that wheel. Why do that? Why do that to this person? Why do it to you? You know, why do it to this opportunity? Why do that to you? Bring this opportunity only to know you weren't ready for it. And if it does come in and you're not ready for it, just know it was in order to bring this way of thinking up to you, realizing you are a manifester. You need to realize that this negative thinking will absolutely manifest quickly. So you decide, what is it that you are wanting to manifest at this time? There is a need to gain a new perspective, which you absolutely will come mid-May. And the way you do that is being brave and being vulnerable. Understanding that emotionally there might be a part of you that needs maturing, developing, tempering, and healing. And that is going to bring you to a more confident place. You become a lot stronger because you're no longer vulnerable in this area or immature in this area anymore, because you put attention to it, using the more developed, confident parts of yourself to do that, only for you to just have a total upgrade. This is ascension. This is maturity. This is vibrational increase. New experiences happen when you make vibrational increases, ascend and mature like this. new opportunities present themselves, your manifestation abilities absolutely increase, and your confidence to move forward in them do, and this wheel gets to turning. And not the old one, a new one, because they connect just like this. So it's like you move from one, but you can stay on this one, or you guys are here. A lot of you guys are right here. You're right at that moment where you could either go another lap in the same karmic cycle, which to me looks a bit defeating and a bit dark. Okay. Such a dick. Right? Because I'm not going to enable you to stay in this energy. I go in this energy too. That's half of the reason why I didn't even see you people for how many weeks. But it's like, I can't stay there. You know, it's just thoughts. It's cerebral. You know, and the strength you gain from coming out of that is absolutely mandatory to prepare you for the next stages that are coming to you, these new cycles, because they have trials, tribulations, lessons, and darkness on them too. This is real life, you know. But real life also has real experiences that change, new ones, but we've got to believe in it. It's like that theory. It's like, if you don't believe it, you can put it in front of somebody's face and they still won't see it. That's very true. Very, very true. You can only see what your brain will process. So if your brain can't process this as being, if your brain cannot process this as being your reality, if you can't process the downloads that are telling you that this is reality, then you're only going to believe in this reality, and you won't see this. It can come over and over and over to you in different forms and in different fashions, but you just won't see it. Because all you'll see is this: loss, failure, defeat, you know, negative aspects. And that's why I say a new perspective has to be taken, one that is less poverty conscious and negative and more abundant, more fulfilling, more ambitious, more light. Okay. And then can I get clarification on this Magician, this Eight of Wands, and this Empress? I told you. I told you. One step short. This is the Ten of Fire. This is the Ten of Wands. Oppression. One step short. It's like, the burdens of these thoughts, this way of thinking, you know, the burdens of your poverty conscious mind, really, or the burdens of these, what you perceived as to be past failures. I think an awareness of how they've stopped you and inhibited you totally come about, because you have the 8, the 9, and the 10 of fire. But the 9 and the 10 are here, and the 8 comes over here. So it's like a burden is dropped, and then you go straight into fast movement. It's like, you know that this is where you're able to take action. This is safe. This is the energy. This is abundance. This is something I manifested. And then there isn't a feeling of, oh my God, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm tired. I'm angry. I'm what the fuck. I'm about to drop this type of energy and go into more of, I'm ready to go. I'm open. I'm feeling excited about my journey, about my path, about experiences, about what I've brought in and what it's going to feel like when I embark in it. I mean, everything you want, my beautiful Libra, is there. It's just the universe and these 2 full moons in your sign is just trying to get you to look at it that way. You know, balance out. Because for those that aren't balanced, you are either giving too much in relationships, taking too much, expectations based in ratio to what you were able to offer was off, and then balancing that out so that you are better equipped to enter relationships, and then better equipped to manifest ones that are in your best interest, okay, and a lot more abundant, right? think this is Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius energy. Wheel of Fortune, I think, is Sagittarius energy, and I think like fixed signs, or no, that's the World. I think this is Taurus and I forget. But we've got fire, we've got the whole shebang. I think that's Taurus too, but again, I forget. We've got Virgo here, and yeah. Yeah. Clarification. And we got the Mother of the Queen of Cups again. This is a victorious tempering. You are absolutely going to be rewarded for the emotional maturity that has taken place. The work you did to temper yourself and transform yourself into a more mature version brings in sheer victory. She goes from barely in Queen of Cups, barely open, to completely ecstatic. It's like a reward for a job well done. Absolutely fantastic. It's like the Mother of Cups here energy understands that she manifested what she wanted because she was able to temper herself, you know, understand herself better, and not have such a negative outlook on her past experiences, and better yet understand that she is better equipped to love because of everything she experienced and what she learned from it in the past, whether for good or for bad, right? And again, that came from taking a bit of time to ground yourself, whether that's earthing, whatever the fuck you gotta do, and gain a new perspective. Look at things differently. If it doesn't look different, you probably haven't looked at it differently. It should feel different, even if it's a bit uncomfortable. Allow it to happen. It won't kill you, their thoughts. Okay? And again, 9 of Wands. Really feeling determined to drop burdens that are stopping victories, stopping you from crossing that finish line, stopping you from being victorious maybe in this. So for example, if you're at this stage where you're looking to mature and you're finding that you've come to the awareness that you're wanting a deeper level of connection and partnership, and just a deeper level of experience, understanding that maturing yourself in this way absolutely brings this in, understanding that what it is, needing to truly know what it is that you want. You do that by understanding how you feel. And then you tether that to the actions. Like this is very balancing cerebral actions and emotions being balanced out to bring in victory. Earth, fire, and water are bringing in victory. I mean, air, you've got all the elements here. You know, I shouldn't even say that. I mean, what do we not have here? So, really beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. Okay, and then we'll pull from the Romance Angels, and then I'll wrap up your reading, guys, all right? Careful what you manifest, because you can very well manifest this back. Yeah, you can. Your manifestation is so powerful. You've come a long way. Just if you manifest this back, it doesn't mean you haven't grown. It just means you're not conscious yet about how powerful you are and how powerful your thoughts are. Because once that click happens, you start manifesting. It's almost like you're like, what? That's how the law of attraction works? Well, shit, I want to manifest love, money, shit, passion, creativity, da-da-da. And then you're like, what? This shit works? Yes, it absolutely does. Do not deny it, doubt it. Don't play yourself. Do not play yourself. and thinking the universe and, you know, don't think that there isn't better. You haven't experienced all there is to experience, not even fucking close. So why not imagine, manifest, and believe in experiences, knowing that you haven't experienced everything, and knowing that most of those experiences are actually good ones, not bad ones. Somebody said to me, yo, I feel like darkness is taking over. I said, you need to go find yourself. I mean, in so little words. Right? From the romance angel, though, let's see. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is vibrating high. This, again, is allowing yourself to not... You can't let your soul sing with joy if you're looking at your experience from this negative perspective. So it's important to allow your higher energy that knows more abundant times are to come to sing with joy. Let your vibration know that this is, act like this is already here. It's a lot of law of attraction. A lot of my Libras are going to be honing in on their law of attraction skills, hardcore, playfulness. Again, this is very light energy, high vibrational. So this is, again, the energy, amazing energy for manifestation. The only thing you need to be cognizant of is when you get yourself into this energy and you start to manifest, you just have to let it go. Don't try to gain control of it. Okay? And then forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. It's, again, this past of loss and defeat and, you know, betrayal and all that shit. Forgiving, you've got to forgive and learn it. And this forgiving and learning might just take place with you and you alone. Maybe there's no one else that needs to be a part of this forgiving and learning other than you. Okay? Forgiving and learning. Forgiving yourself for whatever you blame yourself for why you experienced that. Oh, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have. Oh, if I didn't do this. It's so self-depleting. Forgive and learn from your own experiences instead of thinking that this is the inevitable and that this is the only vibration that exists. It's not true, family. Okay? Forgiving and learning will allow you to vibrate higher so that you can believe, manifest, and bring into you better motherfucking experiences. Hello. More abundant opportunities. Look at the colors. That's so high. Like, I feel the warmth off of this card. Where over here, it's so cold. It's so cold. Fleur, can I have a minute? Like, just stop. All right. And then lastly, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Listen, guys, you know, I'm doing this around Easter. A lot of you guys could be spending time with your families, you know, doing some travel, you know, enjoy it. Because if you have an opportunity to do that and you look, listen, it's that nasty way of looking at things. It can fuck up an amazing trip. Okay? It can fuck up you moving into better places. All right? Like, guys, pick your poison. One's actually poison, one's straight alkaline. And right in between these is this, gaining a new perspective. You went at looking at this shit to normal, to flipping over and saying, well, shit, maybe this is normal. Because this was strange. These are reversed, right? And when we see cards in reverse, we get all, but this was normal to you because it looked upright to you. It's not. You're going to gain a new fucking perspective and you're going to look at that shit and say, no, this is normal now. Okay? It's about time. And then you go from feeling very unavailable and cautious about moving forward in any kind of partnerships. Maybe even being brave enough to present yourself career-wise to partner and market yourself in a way. Regardless, look at the change. Being emotionally almost traumatic and cautious and mindful to being a lot more open and understanding. It's really good. It's a lot of maturing. There's a breakthrough in emotional availability that really allows a lot of my Libras to move forward more confidently, really feeling this ascension, really feeling like, yeah, I clicked into something here. I understand something better. I can command something better. I can lead better, you know. Really, really, really fantastic energy. Okay, guys. All right, so that's your spread. You know, please like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Let me know, guys, what you think in the comments as well. I'm still trying to maintain them, but it gets a lot sometimes. And yeah, until I see you guys again, please continue to let your inner angels live, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Ciao.